in Avenida and Praha. That's our schedule for today. This is the warm-up act as we have Sopron taking on Fenerbahce in the big game, the final later today. This is your road to the final. Avenida falling slightly short in Friday's game against Sopron, and Praha pushing Fenerbahce all the way to the buzzer, but falling short in the end as well. So our third place playoff will be against the Spanish side, led by Leah Copper, the EuroLeague Women MVP this season. Put in a big performance on Friday, but unfortunately none of her teammates were able to step up to the plate offensively. As for Praha, they too worked hard against the crowd as well as Fenerbahce. 6,000 fans watching that semi-final in this arena on Friday. Coach Hishkova there alongside her coaching team did everything they could. They led by double digits at one stage, but it wasn't quite enough for them to come away with it. We're going to have team introductions now here in the arena.
ZVVZ USK Praha. Number 3, Captain.
First to be introduced are Praha. As I said, tough game on Friday. They'll have to pick themselves up from that one. They'll be bitterly disappointed that they didn't make it through to today's final. They also know that the game is important today. They want to come away with that third place medal and leave their European adventure for this season on somewhat of a high. These teams will be fully focused on that challenge as well. I don't think that this is a light game, an exhibition game. Both these teams do not want to finish fourth. They want to walk out the door heads held high with third place medals. Now for Avenida to be introduced. They'll be bitterly disappointed they weren't able to make it for back-to-back finals. But to be fair, they faced Sopron at their absolute best on Friday. The slow start for Avenida killed them. They only put up 31 points in that first half. They'll definitely need a brighter start today if they are to close out the season in EuroLeague Women with the third place medal. So much offensive firepower in this Avenida team. Such an efficient offensive machine as well. The coach Iniguez, who picked up Coach of the Year award on Friday as well. He'll have had to reset himself as well as help reset his team ready for today's game. 6 minutes to go to the tip here for the third place playoff between Avenida and Praha. Both teams entering their final warm-ups now. Looked on closely by coach Hishkova. Almost pulled off a big upset on Friday against Fenerbahce. That really would have killed the crowd here in the arena. But her shallow rotation that's been forced on just really ran out of steam in the fourth quarter. So no big minutes from them again today, so see how they go. As for Avenida, coach Iniguez will be frustrated, but he'll set his sights again on improving his players' focus, getting it back set on today's game. We see the officials for today's game: Özlem Yalman, Elena Tomic and Viola Yorgi from Turkey, Croatia and Romania respectively. Strong officiating crew here for the third place playoff, and an honour for them as well. They've had a great season officiating throughout the games. Here's the starting five for Praha: Oblak, Violova, Rachkova, Thomas and Jones. Expect to see a lot of those five faces throughout today's game. Realistically, only Conde and Stankovic will come off the bench. That's what we've seen over the last few weeks in EuroLeague Women from Coach Heshkova. Oblak there, played all 40 minutes on Friday. Here's the starting five for Avenida. We have Copper, Cazorla, Allery, Samuelson, both Katie Lou and Carly, the sisters both on the floor. Coming off the bench, and usually will be Silvia Dominguez. Captain will no doubt have an impact on today's game. There's no two ways about that. But Allery getting into the starting five, and no big surprise really. I'm sure Coach Iniguez looked back at the game tape, and she really was the most effective big they had on Friday. She did a great job trying to lock down the dominant Bernadette Hattar in that semi-final, but as always, a lot of eyes rest on Alia Copper. She had a huge game in the semi-final, 23 points, 6 rebounds. Just needs some of her teammates to come along with her offensively. They have a chance of walking away with the third place medals here today. Final huddles for the coaches to go to work, and the history books here would suggest that Praha are favourites for this one. They've won 4 of the last 5 games against Avenida. This includes the doing the double over them in the regular season this year. They had a 25-point win at home, 10-point win in Salamanca. So you would suggest that Praha are favourites. However, the depth of bench for Avenida might be key against Praha. Avenida will need that fast start though. They can't come out of the blocks slowly like they did on Friday. But Coach Heshkova and her team will make them pay dearly, that's for sure. I have a feeling this could be a battle between the short rotation of Praha and the depth of Avenida. As such, will Avenida try and push the pace, try and get those Praha players fatigued early in the game if they can. Before we tip off the game today, let's jump into the huddle with Coach Iniguez, hear what he has to say.
Starting five of Perfumerias Avenida. Number 2, Number 5, Number 31, Number 33,
So under a minute to the opening tip, just last chance for you to get your phones out and download the EuroLeague Women app. It's available on Android and iOS. It is an absolutely indispensable companion as you watch these games. Plenty of news, views, highlight videos. And for us stat geeks, you can follow along the box score in real time as the game progresses. Make sure you get that downloaded now. Plenty of smiles on the faces of the players as they come onto the floor. Maybe some of the pressure relieved after Friday. Yes, they want to win third place, but it isn't quite like the pressure that comes with a semi-final game. Both the teams make their way to the floor. Once they go to battle, it's like every other game, they're in it to win it. And we're underway here in Istanbul. EuroLeague Women Final Four 2022. This is the third place playoff between Avenida and Praha. Both these teams want to end their European campaigns on a high. Zorla now for Katie Lou Samuelson. The wing three is good. And that is something they struggled with in the semi-final on Friday. They didn't shoot the ball well early on, so that's a positive sign for Coach Iniguez and those Avenida fans tuning in for this one. Ball pass though, down low into Thomas. Just really wasn't the angle she wanted the pass. Thomas, one of the big players that pushed Fenerbahce far on the Friday. Had 12 points, 14 rebounds and 8 assists. She really was troubling the statistician at every turn on Friday. Cazorla now looking to find Allery, but Allery faded away. He's now brought the double team down to her. Allery, little turn around, gets the roll off the glass, and an early 5-point lead for the Spanish side, Avenida. Shot goes up, no good for Black. Villalova brings down the rebound. Thomas now feeds it inside, but again a poor pass and 2 early turnovers for Praha. Certainly not what they need early on. One of the keys to them running Fenerbahce so close on Friday was a very impressive first half on both ends of the floor. Fatigue set in the final quarter, and that's really what cost them their spot in the final. Popper now looks a step through. She does so off the glass, no good. Vorachkova with the rebound and initiates the transition. Black off the glass and wide. Cazorla not established herself in court before she caught the ball, so it will still be Praha ball, and they'll have a fresh 14 to work with. Black now splits the defense. That's a short 2, but puts it inside to Jones instead, and Jones looks to muscle away to the basket. 2 attempts, 2 offensive rebounds, and rejected. Allery with the big play. Vorachkova baseline drive, puts it back in. Villalova no good. Vorachkova gets a score though, and that's just tenacity from Praha that gets them their first score of the game. Popper being harassed by Vorachkova at every turn. Samuelson hands it off. Oh, wide open. Katie Lou Samuelson, no good with her second attempt. Nice outlet pass. Hands it back. Thomas just strong to the basket, but Samuelson keeps stepping out. Ultimately pushing Thomas to the floor, and will send her to the free throw line. Look at the pure strength from Melissa Thomas. Absolute beast down low. Loves the battle. Look like Katie Lou Samuelson's going to back down from it today either. Melissa Thomas averaging a double-double across the postseason, the playoffs, quarterfinals and semi-final. Huge performances from her. Popper now looking for some light to break down the paint, but Vorachkova continues to impress here. Such a young age. 22 years, playing at the highest levels. Great move by Jones, and she just sealed out that perfect line to drive down, really leaving Allery with no chance to play any form of defense. It ties the game at 5 apiece. Copper now puts it back out to Samuelson. Samuelson looking to back Vorachkova, little step back, one-footed jumper. Seen a few of those this weekend already. That'd be a beautiful shot if you can master it. Foul's going to be called on Carly Samuelson. Foul of the game has brought in quite the bruise on her face there. Certainly was a physical battle on the Friday, as we see the familiar face of Silvia Dominguez come back into the game as Mikey Cazorla heads to the bench. Thomas now down low to Jones. Jones looking to go to work. Beautiful drop step, gets the score, draws the foul from Allery, and this is exactly what Brianna Jones has been doing all season long, averaging just shy of 20 points a game, over 8 rebounds a game, and she's been dominating paints across Europe all season. Mallory will make way as Hoff comes back into the game. Mallory just holding a midriff. A shot, I think, from Jones there on that one. Carly Samuelson will come out and Rodriguez will come in her place. Jones hits the bonus from the free throw line and Praha collect the lead. Their first lead of the game. On a 5-0 run themselves. Copper picks it up in the low post. At the moment we have a Black on the floor. An elbow fully to the face, Teo Black from Copper. That one's gonna hurt. Have a look at the replay. I don't think there was any intention to it. It's as she came to collect it. Yeah, point of the elbow right into the cheekbone almost. That one's gonna smart. She might having matching bruises there with Carly Samuelson off that play. Long move as Copper went to the baseline. Didn't get the score. But we might have a nosebleed as well. Help to the bench. That's tough for Praha as well if she's not able to come back in there. Shortened rotation gets even shorter potentially. A worry for Coach Heshkova. To make the change, and really not many options for Coach Heshkova as Stankovic comes in. Be interesting to see if Conde plays today as well. She picked up an injury on Friday, I think in that fourth quarter. Which meant really, we didn't see her for the rest of that semi-final. I'm not sure if the injury is sufficient for her not to play today as well. As we see the referees reviewing this now to see if it's an unsportsmanlike foul to call on Kalia Copper. You can see the contact and it's, yeah, quite a shot to the face. Yeah, the nose and the cheekbone connected with the point of the elbow, almost the worst point of the elbow to get as well. It's not the blunt, it's quite sharp as she catches her. Understandably knocks her off her feet. It's just whether the officials consider that to be an unsportsmanlike. If they do, it will send Praha to the line and they'll get possession early in this game. See what the officials believe has happened. Wants to talk it over with the coach. Actually, we're not close enough to a mic, I don't think, to quite hear what the referee is saying. I think we're just having the explanation to say why it wasn't an unsportsmanlike foul, that it was in the game somehow. And I think that's good management from the officials. Important to communicate in this situation, so it's just going to be a standard foul. In fact, no foul at all on Kalia Copper, I don't think. Just be a sideline possession for Praha as they had hold of the ball when the game was halted for Tero Black to receive attention. So an even smaller rotation now for Coach Heshkova to work with. Jones sees Thomas in the low post. Thomas going to work with a drop step. Tried to use the strength advantage over Copper. Couldn't quite get really deep enough with that drop step. Katie Lou Samuelson for another three. Two early triples for her, much to the pleasure of the bench. Avenida take the lead back on that one, and Katie Lou Samuelson with 8 of their 10 points in the early going. Jones now to the backdoor pass. That's another turnover for Praha, and these were mistakes they weren't making in that semi-final. Third turnover of the game for Praha. Dominguez now looking for space. Nothing there. Throws it away, and Avenida turn the ball over themselves. Thomas in full flow, hands it off. Stankovic gives it back. And thankfully for them, Vorachkova was on the trailer. Gets the score. You see some of the Praha fans here cheering their team on, trying to get to that third place medal. Copper gets her own putback, but doesn't get a score again. Stankovic was being screamed at by Thomas to come up for the screen. She didn't hear it though. So we'll drop into a half-court set. Jones has it swiped away. Katie Lou Samuelson scoops up the loose ball. Hoff goes into the paint. Good use of the pivot. Better defense though by Stankovic. Just knocks that one away. Jones now. Oh, wonderful spin move. Too quick for Katie Lou Samuelson. Just trips her as she goes past. Yeah, it's that left foot, I think, that they're going to call it on. Going to see Nogueiro come into the game. He didn't play in the semi-final on Friday, but you see some action here today. Villalova a little bit heavy-handed off the glass, so we're tied at 10 here in the first quarter. Just under 4 minutes left. Copper now looks for the pick and roll, but Hoff couldn't roll quick enough. Vorachkova goes up against Rodriguez and gets the score. Vorachkova continues to increase her stock value here in EuroLeague Women. 4 points and a steal there now as well. Praha slowing things down, and that will probably make sense for them. The limited numbers that they have available to bring onto the floor. On a slower paced game. Jones, long two, drains the two. Brianna Jones up to 7 points personal now, alongside 4 rebounds, and that pushes Coach Iniguez into the timeout. Praha open up a 4-point lead, their biggest lead of the game so far. On the back of that jumper, and you can see what it means for the team on the bench and to Coach Heshkova. Like Taya O'Black is back on the floor. She looks shaken up though and not particularly happy. Slightly shocked as well.
Passionate, ambitious, elite, verbunden, united, inspirerend, competitiva, ambiciozna, stylish, powerful, diverse, diferente, beraber, inspiring.
A big ask for Praha today, but as they have approached every single game this season, they come in as a solid unit. A very cohesive team, and that's been one of their biggest strengths. They're in it together. And not just the 5 on the floor, but the bench do everything they can to help their teammates along. See some fans watching along, cheering along this team. Coach Heshkova, as always, approaching the game with that unassuming, just pure determination that she exudes. Really does inspire her team. Pumps them up and gets them ready. Rodriguez now moves the ball along to Villaro. She hands it off toward Dominguez, but foul's going to be called on Vorachkova. The first foul of the game. In fact, first foul of the game for Praha altogether. Inside, Rodriguez got the short jumper, got the space, but didn't get it to go. These are the kind of shots Avenida have been making this season that made them so efficient offensively. One of the most efficient teams from pretty much everywhere on the floor. Thomas, strength to the basket, no good. It's going to come off a Praha hand and will be an Avenida ball. Praha lead by 4. Relatively low scoring first quarter. That's certainly probably more advantageous to Praha than it is Avenida. Into Hoff. She goes strong. Can't get the score herself, but earns a trip to the free throw line. See who the foul is called on. She did go in amongst the crowd. Yeah, Brianna Jones bodying on her. She comes through. Iniguez likes, I think, the direction and the aggression, but needs to see some of those attempts go down. Hoff hits the first of her 2. Have a great game in the semi-final. Has shown how powerful she can be. Got a double-double in the second game in their quarterfinal series against Girona. The game they actually lost on the road in Girona. She's been slightly inconsistent this year, Hoff. Violova, hands it off to Vorachkova. Back to Stankovic. Good interplay here for Praha. Real patience. Shot clock down to 4 though, so they're going to have to do something soon. Going to be from the corner. Vorachkova nails a 3. Buzzer beating dagger from the 22-year-old. What a smart play. Low now, hands it off to Dominguez. Low for 3, look to pull at that one ever so slightly. Hoff taps it back though, that's a smart play by the big. Horn's offense set up for Rodriguez to use. The mismatch, but passes it to the wing to Dominguez, puts up the 3. Hoff strong to the basket for the rebound. Hoff now skips it to the weak side. Dominguez behind the back, nice into the corner. The long 2 as the shot clock was expiring, but as many shots as Avenida are having, they're not getting them to drop right now. The poor pass from Thomas. Stankovic saying that she was pushed in the back by Low. The turnover for Praha. Their 5th turnover of the game already as we see Cazorla check back in for Dominguez. Rodriguez turns the corner, pulls up at the free throw line, and again Avenida off target. Really have struggled here. They're shooting a little over 18% from the field today from 2, 50% from 3. Shot goes up and is good. Praha showing them how it's done. Violova draining the jumper. Praha's lead extends up to 7. They will be happy with the first quarter that they've put in. We're into the final 10 seconds now. Low, corner, no good. Drives inside, weaves away through, but misses the layup. Are they going to get a shot away in time? Violova doesn't hit the jumper on the buzzer, but a strong first quarter for Praha. Plenty for the fans that have made the trip to Istanbul to enjoy. 10 minutes down here in Istanbul in EuroLeague Women 3rd place playoff. It's Avenida 12, Praha 19.
Üstelik FIBA 1920 kampanya koduyla Fener Market alışverişlerinizde 220 liraya 50 lira indirim fırsatı var. Sizler de bu fırsatları kaçırmamak için Fener Market'i ziyaret edin.
The penny drops as we see some young Praha fans enjoying the game, getting themselves on the Jumbotron in the middle of the arena. There's some memories for them. I'm sure they'll be showing that one back on YouTube for years to come. As for the game, Melissa Thomas demanding nothing but high standards from her teammates. Katie Lou Samuelson has had a good start to the game for Avenida. She's got 8 points, 2 from 3 from outside for her. Only had 2 other players to score for Avenida in that first quarter. Allery hitting a jumper and 2 points from the free throw line for Hoff. As for Praha, they've had 4 players score. Vorachkova, the youngster, leading the way with 9 points and 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block already. She really is a potential superstar of the future, if not already. Brianna Jones on 7 points, 4 rebounds. And then Violova has 2 points to her name, whilst Alyssa Thomas has 1 from 2 from the free throw line. Avenida, though, scary stat there is 15% from 2-point range, and it's not that Praha have given them tough shots, they've just not connected well. Another scary stat for Avenida would be the fact that Praha already on 16 rebounds, including 6 offensive rebounds. And one of the main culprits for the dominance on the boards is Alyssa Thomas. Just goes to work. That was the 3 in the closing stages of the quarter from Vorachkova. Second quarter action underway here in Istanbul. EuroLeague Women's Final Four 2022. This is the third place playoff between Avenida and Praha. End of the first quarter, Praha hold a 7-point lead. Copper, full flow, fouled by Violova just to stop the transition and the penetration to the bucket. That foul called. The graphic on the screen was wrong. It was Violova that got the foul. Copper fouled again, holding on to a foot. He hit the deck pretty hard. Stankovic called for that one. And this is a smart play for me. Copper to drive to the basket, draw some fouls. You know that Praha are on a very short rotation. If you can get them into foul trouble, then they really do have some issues that they might not be able to deal with today. Long inbound pass to Villaro. Good defense by Praha, though, just cutting off all the passing lanes. Villaro now into the corner. Strong drive to the basket. Mallory's going to hit the floor on the back of that one, though, as the defense just steps up, as always, for Praha. Vorachkova almost lost concentration and possession then. Jones going up against Fazula, who's into the game for the first time. Thomas picks it up, goes in and gets the score. And it's just that hard-nosed brand of basketball for Praha that's going to get them the win. They can dominate and own the paint on both ends of the floor, as they have so far today, then you have a feeling they're going to walk away with that third place spot. Fazula, lovely pick and roll, absolutely textbook between Copper and Fazula. Stankovic now looking to get to the basket against Fazula, goes off the glass too hard. It's off Stankovic's hand, so it will be Avenida ball. There's the block from Stankovic. Just followed Allery beautifully. Copper now. Old school. Low post, drop step. Lovely hook shot off the glass by Allery. No school like the old school, that's for sure. Thomas now kicks it out. Jones, long 2. Rebound by Copper. It's Avenida in the ascendancy. Copper just putting some energy into the game, and it's paying dividends as she drags. At the moment between the officials. See what the call is. I think they're saying it's almost a correctable error. Timeout had been called. So they're going to almost rewind. Bring the ball back to be a baseline ball for Avenida. Timeout called by Coach Hejkova. Have a look at just the physicality here from Jones and Thomas for Praha. Athleticism from Copper. That's the vision as well. Such a high IQ basketball brain. Feeds it off to Fazula. The easy 2. Well, easy-ish. He was contested. Let's jump into the huddles, hear what Coach Hejkova has to say.
performans gösterisi Büyük İstanbul Premier'i 21 Mayıs Cumartesi günü Ülker Spor Tekniği salonunda sizlerle. Bu muhteşem gösteriyi tüm sanatseverleri bekliyoruz. Biletler Biletix, Passo ve iTicket'ta.
Fans young and old enjoying the Final Four here in Istanbul. A wonderful city to host what has been an amazing weekend so far. We haven't even got to the pinnacle yet. The final later today between Sopron and our hosts Fenerbahce. Expect this to be a noisy arena for that one. Had over 6,000 fans in the stands on Friday. Expect even more here today. Absolute pinnacle of women's basketball. Here we are in the third place playoff, though a little under 8 minutes left in the first half, and Praha's lead has been pulled back to just 3 now as Avenida start to find some form offensively. Jones, fouled by Fazula, gets the score. She'll go back to the line for another chance at a three-point play. And how do you stop Brianna Jones? Fazula bodying as hard as she can. Just wonder, is it send her to the middle and ask for help rather than letting her go baseline? That's probably the only way you're going to stop Brianna Jones. You're not going to stop her straight up. It's just too strong and talented for that. Three-point play converted for Jones, and the lane just opens up for Cazorla to get the score. Look happy though, maybe picked up a bit of an injury on that play, where she landed on someone's foot. Oh, Black is back into the game for Praha as well. That's a great sign for not just Praha fans, but neutrals as well, after that big impact she took from the elbow of Copper into the face early in the game. Praha's lead at 4. Inside to Allery. He'll have to come back out. Copper, 3. Heavy with that one. All over, back to Stankovic. Free throw line jumper off left. That'll be Avenida possession on the baseline. Neither of these teams really imposing themselves on the game yet. Not grabbing hold of the game and taking control of it. Being the first team to do so could potentially open up a lead. For Avenida, it's about pace, tempo, fluidity, movement on the floor. For Sopron, it's physicality and defensive intensity. Jones is going to get called for the foul. She's not happy. She's saying she had a hand on the ball. Let's have a look at the replay. Will be a sideline for Avenida. The second personal foul of the game for Jones. If I'm Avenida, I'm taking it straight at Brianna Jones now, trying to secure that third foul. Allery should go to work. More aggressive to the basket. Dominguez kicks it out, but it's off the hand of Thomas, so it will remain Avenida ball. Pretty much nothing left on the shot clock though. It's going to be a prayer for Avenida. 0.3 seconds for them to work with, so this really is a tap score. Oh, what a play though! Wonderful vision from Dominguez. Lobbed it over the top to Copper, catches it midair and pushes it in off the glass. That is smart IQ, that is. That is high IQ basketball from 2 superstars of EuroLeague women. Oh, Black, no good. Rebound knocked out of the hands of Copper by Stankovic, but the thing came off Leah Copper last, so it will remain Praha ball. Their lead now just at 2. Replay. See the call from the officials. That's the play though. What vision by Dominguez, the captain doing what she does best. Leading by example. Copper reading it beautifully and getting the score. Villalova. Up back, good play by Stankovic, a smart play. Thomas now looking to go inside and is tripped by Kalia Copper. Bit of a cagey, stuttering game so far. Copper called for her first foul. Yeah, it was that left leg, almost a knee, that she pushed into Thomas as she tried to spin. Katie Lou Samuelson will come back in as Allery heads to the bench. Fine Praha, this is the concern I have, is the fact that Avenida are rotating a lot. Fresh legs on the floor, and that might not pay overly here in the first half, but the fourth quarter it will. Teo Black's three is no good. And for Praha, they really do potentially need to build a lead before fatigue becomes a big part of what happens on the floor later in the game. Long outlet pass to Samuelson, knocked out of bounds by Thomas. She clatters into the helpers on the baseline. Good heads up by Dominguez, a little bit heavy-handed potentially. Dominguez now to Samuelson, catch and shoot from the elbow. And that is just a result of hours and hours in the gym. Repetition after repetition. In the thousands will be the amount of times that Katie Lou Samuelson has run around a chair or a cone onto the elbow for the jumper. What you get scores. Jones so strong as Fazula and Dominguez clatter into each other. Game tied at 24 apiece, but Jones draws the foul. Can't get the score. And personal foul on Samuelson, third team foul of the quarter for Avenida. Jones heads to the free throw line. That's her 11th point of the game, alongside 4 rebounds. She's shooting 4 from 8 from the field, so a pretty good efficiency so far for her. It's the second as well. Open up a 2-point lead. A little under 5 minutes to play here in the first half as Carly Samuelson replaces Rodriguez for Avenida. Dominguez now bringing it up over the half. The Copper looking for options in front of her. She's been guarded very closely by Vorachkova. Samuelson for 3. Doesn't get it. Had a hot hand all season, but not with that one. Out to O'Black, who gets the score. Her first bucket of the game. Her 5th attempt, her first points. Played 7.5 minutes. I say that because she played all 40 minutes in the semi-final on Friday. So we'll have an energetic O'Black in the fourth quarter as Hoff gets called for the offensive foul, a moving screen. Have a look. Yeah, it's the right call. No idea why Hoff is shaking her head. Got to stand and wait, take the contact and use the contact to roll you to the basket. Don't walk away from the screen in the middle of it. She's just going to end up tripping someone, as she did. Deal over now. Jones going up against Hoff. Interesting battle between these two. It comes back out. O'Black, lovely little handle, gets the 3. Teo O'Black with the triple. A little dribble to the side and the side step back to create the space she needed. Copper, no good with the reverse layup. Gets her own rebound though, and they'll go again. Dominguez. Long skip to Samuelson, but by the time the ball gets there, so does Villalova. Katie Lou Samuelson, another free throw line jumper for her. 12 points. 5 from 6 from the field for Katie Lou Samuelson. Coming back from injury, remember, Friday's semi-final was her first game in EuroLeague women since the beginning of Feb. Villalova comes up short. The defense was all over her on that one. Copper, blast down the lane. That's the good and bad of Kalia Copper. Doesn't always make the right choice, but most of the time that aggressive move either draws a foul or gets the score. Thomas just floors Hoff and gives her the look. Oh, pure disrespect from Alyssa Thomas there. Bullies her in the low paint. Foul called on Jones, and that's a problem. That's her third foul of the game. Surely that's going to force Coach Hejkova to make a change as we see Copper head to the bench. Cazorla back on the floor in her place. They're going to leave Brianna Jones on the floor, and if I'm Avenida, I'm going straight at Brianna Jones to try and push her into her next foul. Comes up short. Rebound pulled in by Villalova. Thomas inside. Foul's going to be called on Hoff. Free throw line is the destination for Brianna Jones on that foul. She's on 3 fouls now, though. We're interested to see Coach Hejkova trusting her out there. 2 minutes 11 left here in the second quarter. Really can't afford to pick up a 4th foul here in the second quarter. That really would harm Praha's chances of the win here today. They're going to make the change, and yeah, I can see why Coach Hejkova's doing that. Stankovic is going to come in her place. Brianna Jones will take a seat for, I imagine, the rest of the first half. Cazorla back out to Katie Lou Samuelson. Poor pass, though, as Thomas had sealed out Hoff in an impossible position. Offensive foul called on Alyssa Thomas. We see a sprawled out Cazorla on the floor. The Praha fans aren't happy. So Thomas called for the foul, though. Just her first foul of the game. A look at this replay. Sure, if Cazorla was completely still, the call from these replays, though, and we get to see them over and over again in slow-mo, so even tougher for the officials. I think that Praha fan is making a comment on the officials' eyesight, potentially. Timeout's been called by Coach Iniguez. We're going to jump into this Spanish huddle, hear what the coach has to say. Important timeout from Coach Iniguez as Praha continue to stamp their style on the game. Remember, in the build-up, high scoring is what Avenida want. Free-flowing, athletic, mobile basketball. Run and gun, that's what Avenida are after. For Praha, slow the game down. Make it a half-court game. Grind the game out. Limited to Avenida to just 26 points in the first 18 minutes of the game. Remember, Avenida averaging nearly 80 points a game in EuroLeague women this season. Villalova is going to get fouled there. Wait to see who that one's on. I think it's on Allery. She looks to dive in. Yeah, hands on the wrist and on the hip. Walk all the way up the other end of the floor. Both teams are in the penalty. So Villalova will head to the free throw line. 83% free throw shooter from the regular season, so surprised to see her miss that one. A regular fixture in the Praha roster, though, been there since 2014 and just unassuming, doesn't look for the limelight, doesn't necessarily need the ball in her hands all the time, just comes in and gets the job done. Those kind of players are vital to any GM building a team if you want your team to go far and last the season. Dominguez sends her Black to the floor, gets the score over her. Just a tough upper body strength from Dominguez. Through contact from O'Black, stepped away from it. O'Black heads to the floor and Dominguez puts the two in. Thomas drives inside, lovely little step back off the glass, and the footwork wins the day on that one. Just wonderful use of her footwork to create that separation. Charlie Samuelson now finds Dominguez, shot clock at 7, foul's going to be called on O'Black. And it's that step across, right call by the officials. O'Black frustrated at something, not sure if it's herself or something else. Dominguez hits the first of her two. And the second, just 4 points for Dominguez as she heads to the bench and Rodriguez comes back into the game. Avenida captain Dominguez, she's not about scoring, that's not what she's there for. She's the glue, she's the heart and soul of the roster. Plays an important part and steps up when they need her. Vorachkova now, and stuff to O'Black. O'Black looks to drive the baseline, does so well, kicks it out. Violova steps in, long two, no good. Oh, the rebound battle is truly a battle between Allery and Stankovic in the paint. Shot clock turned off, final 10 seconds of this first half. Gets the score, and that will be the end of the first half of action here in Istanbul. EuroLeague Women 2022, third place playoff against Avenida. And Praha will finish the half with Rodriguez rattling home that elbow jumper. Good fake to take Vorachkova out of the game. Gets the score. That brings Avenida back to within 5 at the halfway stage. As expected, this is a close match. This is a close battle between these two. Praha having the best of the first quarter. Avenida starting to warm up in the second. As they head to the locker room for the halftime break, it's Avenida 32, Praha 37. Here are some of the highlights from that first half of action. And as we expected, a real battle out on the floor. Neither of these teams stepping back, neither of them backing down from the challenge. They want to leave this Final Four weekend on a win, on a high. Third place up for grabs here as the Spanish side of Avenida take on Republic Praha. The big players continue to play big, that's for sure. For Avenida, they trail by 5 at the moment. They've lent heavily on Katie Lou Samuelson. She's got 12 points, 2 from 3 from outside for that 12. Outside of that, not many players stepping up yet again. Copper, unusually only 4 points, 2 from 10 from the field from her. Not a statistic we're used to seeing. Allery on 4 and Dominguez on 4. We really do need some of their superstars to step up, put in some big performances, particularly on the offensive end here in the second half. And for our leaders, Praha, well, their lead is built on the back of teamwork, as you would expect. Still running a short rotation. Only 6 players have seen action on the floor. It potentially looks like Maria Conde picked up a relatively serious injury in the semi-final on Friday. She hasn't seen any action here today, so they're relying on 6 players. Leading them at the moment is Brianna Jones. She has 13 points, 4 rebounds, but the problem is she's got 3 fouls already. So that could cause them an issue in the second half. Just behind her is the young phenom, Veronika Vorachkova. She's got 9 points and 4 rebounds alongside 2 blocks as well. And then, as always, Alyssa Thomas doing it across the box score. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists for her. So, a tough first half here in Istanbul. It's going the way of Praha. A slower, hard-nosed, physical game is what we're being given. Avenida will try and open things up in the second half if they can. But at the moment, it's Praha that's controlling the tempo, and that's why they have a 5-point lead. One caveat that I do put on all of that is that short rotation from Praha. 6 players. Many of them are going to have to play 40 minutes. They've already got 2 players that have played every minute so far. Alyssa Thomas has played 20 minutes. Violova has played 20 minutes. Brianna Jones has played nearly 18. Vorachkova has played nearly 18. So it is going to be a long night at the office for those 6 players. And will fatigue play a part in where this third place goes? You have a feeling it will. The intensity level that Praha are able to put on the floor slipped on Friday as we progressed in the game. It was that final quarter when Fenerbahce truly sealed their place in the final against Praha. Can this rotation kind of ignore fatigue for now and just get the job done for the next 20 minutes of basketball? Or will Avenida's deeper bench pay dividends as the game closes out? So far, we've had a good first half of action here in the third place playoff EuroLeague Women Final 2022 Final Fours. 20 minutes of this third place playoff still to go. At the half time, it is Avenida 32, Praha 37. Welcome back to Istanbul. This is EuroLeague Women Final Four 2022, and we're at the halfway stage of the third place playoff as Avenida take on Praha. Interesting first 20 minutes of basketball we've had so far here in the arena. A strong start by Praha, particularly on the defensive end. They held Avenida to just 12 points in that first quarter. Avenida seemed to find their feet a little bit more in the second quarter and have brought themselves back to within 5. At the halfway stage, it's Avenida 32, Praha 37. Fans are starting to arrive a little bit early potentially for our final later. Remember, this is the third place playoff game. We have our final later where Fenerbahce, the home team, our hosts, cheered on by 6,000 plus strong fans, will take on Sopron later today to look to see who walks away with the crown, the title of European best team. So, halfway stage here, big performances so far, as you would expect from Praha. It's all about the team. They're being led by Brianna Jones. She has 13 points and 4 rebounds, but also has 3 fouls as well. The other big note from Praha is that they're now running a 6-player rotation instead of 7. Looks like Maria Conde, the injury she picked up on Friday in the semi-final, has kept her out of this game so far. As for Avenida, well, they've not really found their feet. Only Katie Lou Samuelson in double digits at the halfway stage. She has 12 points, 2 from 3 from downtown for Katie Lou Samuelson. But they do have strength in depth. All 11 players that they have kitted up today have taken to the floor already. And it's just, that's the long bet. How long until that really pays dividends for Avenida? But they have far more depth than Praha do. And will Praha players suffer fatigue as the game progresses into the business end as we get to the fourth quarter? It showed on Friday in their semi-final against Fenerbahce. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out today in this third place playoff. Under a minute till the second half will resume. Just a reminder, got your phones there. I definitely recommend that you download the EuroLeague Women app, available on Android and iOS. It is a wonderful companion to follow you through every single game. It'll bring you everything you need from news, views and highlight videos, and also the box score, the stats in real time as the game progresses. Second half underway here in Istanbul. EuroLeague Women Final Four 2022. This is the third place playoff between Avenida and Praha. At the halfway stage, it's Praha with the 5-point lead. Make that 3 points now as Hoff puts the drop step, puts the post move on Brianna Jones. Get the score. Not a lot Jones can do about that. She doesn't want to pick up a 4th foul too early. She is one of the most influential and important offensive pieces of the puzzle for Praha. Baseline ball for the Czech Republic team. The black will inbound. Get into Jones. As it's stolen away, but the foul's going to be called. I think that one on Samuelson. The replay, no foul there from Cazorla. Maybe it was the foot of Samuelson that caught. The black on the way through. Cazorla called for the foul. Jones now down in the low post, going up against Hoff. Looking to back away to the bucket. Great play by Carly Samuelson. She just steps down and rips the ball away. Good double team in the low post by her. Hoff got the mismatch. Lovely fake, gets the score. Machkova doesn't want to be playing too much back to the basket defense against the likes of Hoff. Black now to Thomas. Thomas looking to get inside against Samuelson. Does so, but the shot is off target. It's off the knee of Copper though. So Praha will hold on to possession. A 1-point lead for Praha. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Black at the top. using the screen well. A wily player, Taya Black, gets her own rebound and taps it back to Violova. Real smart play. Jones goes on the baseline, draws the foul from Hoff. Hoff just tries to almost hip her out of bounds. Yeah, just uses that leg to ease Jones away from the bucket. Thomas now against Samuelson. Good defense by Katie Lou Samuelson. Double dribble's going to get called on Hoff. Not the player you want to be starting your fast break, that's for sure. Yeah, she picks it up with both hands and then takes another dribble. Really needs to give it up early. You can see the frustration from Coach Iniguez. Still over now, looking for O'Black, but cutting out the passing lanes much better. Avenida here in the second half. Jones, beautiful, gets the shot away. What? That one's waved away though by the officials. Ball didn't touch the ring, so the shot clock didn't reset. Strong move, but you can see it's a good call by the officials. Backboard was lit up like a Christmas tree before Jones got the shot released. Hoff now in the low post. Going to work against Jones. Goes to the middle, scoops it up with that left hand, but the defense was strong enough, and Brianna Jones is doing a good job on 3 fouls to still play some pretty tough defense. Vorachkova gets it stripped away. It's off the leg of Vorachkova. Carly Samuelson with 2 really big plays early here in the third quarter on the defensive end. Smart hands, reads the game very well. But the passion from Coach Heshkova really does show you how much it means to players and coaches alike. Off in the low post against Jones. Jones standing tall and straight, as she has to. Oh, and that's a big shot from Cazorla on the wing. That gives Avenida a 2-point lead. In the lead very long in this game. Bill over now, waits for the screen from Jones. Hands it inside to Thomas. Thomas, strong move, is blocked but foul called. Avenida picking up the fouls early here. Hoff picks up her 4th personal foul. Interesting that Coach Iniguez left her in. Can't leave her in anymore as Fazula will come back into the game, replacing Hoff on 4 fouls. Dominguez has 3 fouls as well for Avenida. And behind her is Copper with 2. As for Praha, their only real foul trouble is Brianna Jones on 3. Everyone else either has 1 or none. This is the first of her 2. The free throw style, no signature for Alyssa Thomas, but she misses both this time. Hopper, top, a little bit of space, drives inside, and it's just that hesitation. It's such a delicate and fine art. A hesitation on the dribble just to create almost a bit of a unsure nature within the defense to create your space. Thomas just strong to the basket. Foul's called on Cazorla. Alyssa Thomas just beasting it in the paint right now. Sure, Avenida have anyone that can match her for just strength. To a certain degree, brutality. As she goes hard to the glass. Cazorla heads to the bench. Thomas will head back to the line. 2 quick trips to the free throw line for Thomas. Stankovic will come in for Vorachkova. Coach Heshkova taking some time to run through some finer points with Vorachkova. He can't hit the first. 3 in a row that she's missed now. Right, to the final 4. She was only shooting 67% from the free throw line. Certainly not a strong point of her game. 4 in a row that she's missed. Big rebound by Jones, and she'll get the score instead. Brianna Jones crashing the board hard. Unbelievably, the 13th offensive rebound of the game for Praha. Jones herself picking up her 6th rebound. Copper. Come back out with it. Got Jones in front of her. Jones doesn't want to create the foul, and she doesn't. Smart play by Brianna Jones. She stepped away from the drive. Let Thomas come down and help. He stole the pass away. Thomas, mid-range 2 is no good. Comes off the hands of Katie Lou Samuelson, who hits the floor again. That'll be a Praha possession on the baseline. And pass inbounded to O'Black. They trail by 2. O'Black steps in. Long 2. Offensive foul's going to get called on Stankovic, though. The poorly set screen. She's not happy with the call, but it's absolutely the right call. What we've seen this weekend, to be fair, is players just not waiting, not having the patience. Look, she's continually moving to set the screen. Stationary at all. Copper, lovely interplay, but well read by Villalova, and that one's stolen away. Slow start to this third quarter. Praha only scoring 2 points so far. Jones, her own rebound, draws the foul off Fazula. Once again, Avenida have no answer for the internal strength, paint strength that Praha have. I do want to a zone defense, necessarily known for their three-point shooting, particularly shooting just over 30% across the season as a team. Praha, the zone, and it adds a bit more interior strength and would potentially cause Thomas and Jones a bit more problems than are currently being caused by Avenida playing straight up defense. Scores the second after missing the first. Brings Praha to within 1. Avenida in the penalty now, though. So Praha will be going back to the free throw line quite a bit in this quarter, you have a feeling. Samuelson for 3. Katie Lou Samuelson hits her third triple of the game. Avenida's lead out to 4. Jones inside to Thomas. Thomas misses. Help defense by Carly Samuelson. Katie Lou Samuelson is knocked to the floor. No foul called. She'll drive the baseline instead and get the score. Still blown by the officials. Not sure what for. I think it's an issue with the clock potentially. Shot clock hasn't reset out. It reset just to 14 rather than 24. Conversation now between the officials and I presume the timekeeper, the 24-second shot clock operator. Lou Samuelson looking up at the scoreboard, just checking the count to the last basket. She certainly worked hard enough for it. I can understand why she'd want the basket to count. Timeout has been called, I think by Coach Hezkova. Avenida's lead is now out to 6. That's a game high for Avenida. Going to jump into some of these huddles, see if we can listen into the coaching staff, see what they say.
Passionate, ambitious, elite. Verbunden. United. Inspirierend. Competitiva. Ambitiozna. Stylish. Powerful. Diverse. Diferente. Beraber. Inspiring.
Avenida starting to impose himself on the game. Outscoring Praha 14-3 here in the third quarter. You do wonder if fatigue is playing a part for Praha now. That six-player rotation could be costing them dearly as players are starting to tire. They had a big game on Friday. Plenty of emotional expenditure in games like Friday's game for both Praha and for Avenida. Losing a semi-final takes its toll as we see that last play from Katie Lou Samuelson along the baseline. Kova not happy because she wanted a timeout. Got a timeout in the end. The team trail by 6. Interesting to see how Coach Heshkova makes a correction, makes an alteration to get a team back on track. Defensively struggled a little bit here. Looks like they're going to give up the most points in this third quarter compared to second and first. They're going to score the least points as well. Not a good combination for a third quarter. The Black now, using the screen from Stankovic. Thomas inside, the pass is intercepted though. Carly Samuelson, quick reactions just to grab hold of the pin ball as it came her way. Copper, lovely use of the jab step. Carly Samuelson wide open, nails the 3. Big play from the GB International. It's the 3. She's been doing it all season, to be fair. Shooting over 43% from downtown. Grabs the defensive rebound, falls to the floor. Foul's going to be called, I think, on Stankovic. Or is it O'Black? Let's see where the officials go with this one. On O'Black, that's her second foul of the game. Second team foul of the quarter as well, as Vorachkova checks back into the action. Have a look at the replay. That was an absolute melee. Don't envy the officials in that situation. Avenida now with a 9-point lead. Praha really on the ropes. Do they have anything left in the tank to fight their way back into this one? Copper uses the Katie Lou screen. Back out to Carly Samuelson now. Got clock at 4. Copper for 3. That one's in and out. Jones pulls down the rebound, her 8th rebound of the game. She's certainly on track for her double-double. O'Black for 3 off right. Katie Lou Samuelson will slow it down for Avenida. The clock is now their friend for Avenida. Some time management will come into play, particularly at the end of this third quarter. Samuelson nails another 3, and it's raining from downtown for Avenida. The Samuelson sisters just doing damage left, right and centre. 12-point lead for the Spanish team. And Praha looking a little bit lost offensively right now. Vorachkova, the long 2. No good. It's batted back to O'Black. She's going to put the 3 up. That one's off target. Jones fights hard for the rebound. As Carly Samuelson is thrown to the floor by Alyssa Thomas. I'm not sure if the officials look at a replay of that one. It's going to look too good for Alyssa Thomas. She looked to step across and almost throw an elbow. I don't think they're going to look at it though, as Rodriguez comes in for Copper. Any which way it goes, Jones is at the line for 2 free throws right now. This is the first, and this certainly has hurt Praha in the second half. They're now just 8 from 17 now from the free throw line. Avenida haven't really been there. They're only 4 from 4. But Jones hits the second, moves them back to a 50% free throw shooting efficiency, which really isn't good enough at this level. That's hurt them. Got to the free throw line, but they've not capitalized enough. Rodriguez now to Dominguez, fakes the 3, steps inside, little right hand on the runner, no good. Praha back the other way. Black, free throw line, comes up short. Rebound spills all the way out to Villalova. Inside, off the glass, Vorachkova. Might be the youngest player on the floor. She seems to play with just such a mature head. The emotions don't seem to get the better of her. She just plays in such a controlled manner. Very impressive for her age. 11 points for her now. Shot goes up from Carly Samuelson. That's off target, but her sister Katie Lou Samuelson grabs the rebound. 5 left on the shot clock. Dominguez drives hard against Jones. Gets the shot away, and Jones really couldn't do anything about it, but she's on 3 fouls. Long outlet pass to Brianna Jones. Gets a score. Carly Samuelson hits the floor yet again. Spent a lot of time on the hardwood, Carly Samuelson. Foul called against her. Brianna Jones gets the score. Have a look. It's going to be before. Are they going to award that one? Yeah, the 2 is good. Jones will head to line for the bonus. Her third potential 3-point play of the game. As always, she's put a shift in again, Brianna Jones. That's her 20th point. She also has 10 rebounds now. Normally you'd get excited about a double-double, but it's just business as usual for Brianna Jones. Not sure what stat line would get you excited for Brianna Jones. Maybe a triple-double, raise an eyebrow or 2. Dominguez inside, nice handoff. The reverse layup is a little bit off target for Rodriguez though. Villalova just sees the lane open up, looks to exploit it. And everything was done perfectly until it came to the finish. Almost no time between the shot clock and the third quarter clock. Dominguez trying to fight her way to the basket. Clock drips down to 4, 3. Dominguez from almost the half. No good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. A resurgent performance from Avenida there in the third quarter on both ends of the floor, by far and away their best quarter of basketball. They outscored Praha 22-9 in that 10 minutes of action. And that's opened them up an 8-point lead with just 10 minutes to play. A big ask for Praha, but certainly not too much to ask of what has been a real hard-nosed team. At the end of the third quarter, it's Avenida 54, Praha 46. Here are some of the highlights from that third quarter of action. Many of them coming from Coach Iniguez's team. Stamina is fully being tested for Coach Hezkova's roster now. 6 players seeing the floor so far for Praha. Villalova and Thomas still having been on the floor for every single second of the game. You look at the other end of the floor, Avenida, and no player has been on the floor more than 23 minutes. Let's see how that one plays out in this fourth quarter. Certainly Avenida now in the driving seat with the lead, with the deeper roster. That will have a big impact. Avenida starting to shoot the ball well from outside as well. The Samuelson sisters connecting in that third quarter. Praha, where they can do damage, is on the glass. Huge effort on the offensive end. They have 18 offensive rebounds here. in the first 3 quarters, which is just unreal for any team. What they need to do is pick up their efficiency from the free throw line, because that is what has really hurt them in this game. They're shooting 50% from the free throw line. Is one of the big differences when you look at it. They've missed 9 free throws from the free throw line. Put that into the game. The game's near enough tied, if not a lead for Praha. Final quarter action underway here in Istanbul. This is the EuroLeague Women Final Four 2022. This is the 3rd place playoff between Avenida and Praha. As Black puts up the first shot of the 3rd quarter. Avenida lead this one by 8 with 10 minutes to play. Stankovic back out. Jones, long 2. Off target. Copper pulls down the rebound. That's her 7th rebound of the game. Only 6 points to her name. 23 against Sopron in the semi-final on Friday, averaging over 20 points a game throughout EuroLeague Women's season this year. Travel called on Rodriguez. Turnover and a baseline possession for Praha. Vorachkova for 3. Nails it. That's a big shot. 14 points now for Veronika Vorachkova. Comes in and is just getting it done. Really leading the way for her team. Azorla, got the double team. That one's knocked out of bounds. Line ball for Avenida. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Fazula comes out of the game. The action comes Allery. Rodriguez now. Sorry, Hoff comes in for Fazula. Allery already in the game. Fazula now. Step back 3. Comes up short, but the shot clock was running out. Oh, but a fumble by Praha falls to the hands of Allery. Avenida are going to slow things down again. Copper inside. Hoff, easy 2. Great ball movement from Avenida. And they make Praha pay for not fully securing that defensive rebound. Hoff now up to 8 points. Vorachkova, side to Thomas. Wonderful pass from Thomas to Stankovic for the 2. Really selfless play by Thomas. 5th assist of the game. Rodriguez, short. Allery, fouled by Stankovic. Allery will head to the free throw line for shots. A 65% free throw shooter though, Bella Allery. The first of her 2. Extends Avenida's lead out to 6. And the second, she takes herself up to 6 points. Praha are still within striking distance. For Avenida, they really do need to open out. Maybe another 5 or 6 points on this lead. Inside, Stankovic rejected by Allery as she roars for it. Nice pass from Vorachkova, but it's a good chase down by Allery. On the wrong side, but steps across well. Thomas, strong, too strong off the glass. Azorla. Oh, Rodriguez. Ankle breaker on Villalova. Can't get the score, though. Villalova will come back the other way. Offensive foul on Thomas. It's the right call. Thomas smiles as if it's not the right call, but it absolutely is. So Thomas just picks up her second personal foul. Oh, and there's the ankle breaker from Rodriguez and the no look to Hoff. I'm sure words will be had in the locker room between Rodriguez and Hoff. Come on now, I've put on a show. You've got to finish the play for it to get on the highlight reels. Rodriguez inside, no good. Thomas fighting for the rebound, comes away with it. Out to Vorachkova against Cazorla. The foul and the score. Are they going to give it? Or is it on the floor? Let's see what the officials say. There's the foul. It won't be shots, it'll just be a sideline possession prior to the attempt. 7-point lead for Avenida, 6:39 left on the game clock. Praha refused to go away, but they're not chipping away at this deficit. O'Black inside, gets it stripped away by Copper, who, as usual, puts the Jets on. Cazorla now, and slowed down by O'Black. Lou Samuelson drives inside, lovely pass, but it's kicked away. So the shot clock will reset back out to 14. Stankovic with the quick footwork. Cazorla comes out and Dominguez comes in for Avenida. Oh, they're going to go strong. Lou Samuelson being guarded by Thomas. It really is a world-class matchup between those two. Such physical players. Thomas does enough to put her off this time. The pass is poor as it's easily intercepted by Dominguez. The lob inside to Hoff. Skip to Copper for three. No good. That's off the hands of O'Black, so will remain Avenida ball. Avenida now working hard on the offensive glass, putting pressure on Praha. Clearly off there O'Black's hands. Avenida will make the changes as Hoff comes out of the game and Allery comes back in, and Coach Iniguez has rotated considerably in this game. Clearly sees it as an advantage he has to maximise. Samuelson for three. Short this time. I don't think she was expecting so much space, to be honest, as Stankovic stumbled as she tried to chase her off the line. O'Black for three. Not this time. Allery with the rebound. Dominguez back to Samuelson, doesn't take the three, looks to drive inside against Thomas, draws the foul, gets the score. That's a big play. She flexes and roars as that one drops. Alyssa Thomas called for her third foul, and Katie Lou Samuelson is having a personal battle against Thomas. Certainly gets a tick in the box for that one. Brianna Jones comes back into the game for Stankovic. 5:09 to play. Avenida up by 9 as a rare miss from Katie Lou Samuelson. And a quick outlet pass to Jones. How many times have we seen that this season? Brianna Jones just leaking out, putting her foot on the gas, getting down the floor and getting rewarded for the effort. Dominguez, strong move, no good. Finish wasn't quite there. You love the footwork though, establishing that foot so deep down in the paint. Thomas slides in, no good. Praha's offense continues to struggle here in the second half. 15 minutes of the second half gone, and they've only scored 16 points in those 15 minutes. Copper trying to shake up Vorachkova. She calls for the screen. Come back out to Samuelson. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Samuelson falls to the floor but gets to score. Wow-wee. Katie Lou Samuelson loving the battle with Thomas. Another score on her. Black. Mid-range from the baseline is off target. Jones pulls down the rebound, and it's becoming a bit more of a wrestling match than it is a basketball game right now. The physicality between these two teams is going through the roof. Both teams potentially taking a little bit of their frustrations, missing out on the final, out on each other here in the third place game. Plenty of bruises and war wounds will be on show on Monday morning. Jones now at the free throw line for 2 free throws. Conversation about whether it should be a continuation or a baseline ball. I think they're going to say she wasn't in the act of shooting, so it'll be a baseline ball for Praha. Almost spilled it away. Needs to just about hold on to possession. Inside Thomas. What's the foul going to be called? I think it's on Dominguez, who gets into another wrestling match. Scratch down her arm. She's putting everything on the floor, Silvia Dominguez, as she does every time she steps on the floor for the blue and white of Avenida. Long inbound pass to Jones. Black behind the back is tripped by Dominguez. Scrappy phase of the game, that's for sure right now. Both teams looking pretty tired. Tired legs as Dominguez doesn't withdraw that foot quick enough. Oh, Black hesitation off the glass. Good box out by Dominguez on Jones, but the rebound still falls to the hands of Praha. Jones has got the mismatch. The double team will come down. There's the pass inside to Thomas. Thomas way down deep in the paint. Doesn't get the score, and Thomas has struggled with a few of those here today. Shooting just 3 from 13 from 2. 23%, not what you expect from Alyssa Thomas. To be fair, the defense has been all over at times, giving her any easy opportunities. Praha will take possession back. Fresh 14 for them to work with. Jones. Turnover for Breonna Jones. In violation, let's have a look. Yep, that pivot foot up. Oh, the ball hits the floor. Avenida very close now to securing this third place here in this year's EuroLeague women competition. 3 minutes to play. Hoff extends their lead further. It's up to double digits again. 64 Avenida, 53 Praha. Coach Heshkova knows it's now or never. 2 minutes 55 to play. A team need to put whatever they've got left in the tank out on the floor. See what it means. Two of her teammates on the bench. Valaro, Samuelson roaring her on from the side. A big play. Two minutes 55 left on the game clock here. EuroLeague Women's Final for 2022. Heshkova's Praha team trail by 11. Say that the fuel gauge is pointing near to 0. The red lights certainly come on. They need to replenish soon. But her players play that style of basketball day in, day out. They come to battle. They're happy to go into battle every day for each other. That's why they've got this far this season. That's why they're pushing Avenida close here for that 3rd place. Borachkova now uses the Jones screen. Back out to Alyssa Thomas. Copper is on the floor in agony. They're going to hold the game. She's holding her ankle. That is not a good sign. We all heard the scream as well as she hit the floor. She is in considerable pain right now. Hey, Kalia Copper. Oh yeah, we saw the foot flip. Anyone that's ever played basketball for a long enough period of time knows that feeling. Didn't look like it extended too far, but it certainly was an awkward angle for her ankle to rotate, and she's in a considerable amount of pain holding her ankle there. She picked up her EuroLeague Women MVP award on Friday. Will sit in her trophy cabinet next to her WNBA Finals MVP trophy, but this is not a sight we wanted to see. Going to be helped to her feet by her teammates. That is not a good sight for any pro athlete. She's put so much in, and the crowd are giving their appreciation, and they really should. We all should. She's given us a hell of a season, and that looks like that might be the end of her season. She hobbles off the bench with the help of the coaching staff and the medical team for Avenida. They'll look to go to work straight away on that. I can't see Leah Copper being back on the floor again for this game. She holds her ankle. And the game resumes. 2.5 minutes to play. Avenida lead by 11. Pass inside. Jones gets the score. Falls over Cazorla. And this really is a sign of the fatigue that these players are now feeling, as we're seeing more players hitting the hardwood. More injuries potentially happening at this stage of a game. Players are starting to become really exhausted from the efforts they've put out. Timeout's been called. Nine-point lead now for Avenida. It'll be a baseline ball for Avenida when they come back to the floor. Coach Iniguez has called that timeout for Avenida. Let's listen to his huddle. Minutes 23 left in the game, and the body language and the facial expressions from the Praha fans, I think, tells you a lot. Know that their team on the verge of losing this third place playoff. Leah Copper receives attention on the bench from the Avenida medical team, picking up that ankle injury a few moments ago. Cazorla now with possession at the top, uses a screen from Hoff, drives inside, it's off a foot. I think it's Brianna Jones's foot, so it'll reset back to a 14 on the shot clock. And for Avenida, that's a welcome sight. Time management is the key for them now. I'm sure they'll need to score again in the game to come away with the win. Can run enough clock down. Wilt Samuelson for three. That is a huge shot. Could that be the final nail in the coffin for Praha? Samuelson drailing the three. 12-point lead. 1 minute 45 to play. Knocked away by Dominguez. Be a baseline ball for Praha. 5 seconds left on the shot clock for them to work with. One's to Thomas. Wheel over now. Gets the jumper away in time. It's off target. Lou Samuelson being harassed by Vorachkova. She tried to bring it up the floor. Hands it off to Dominguez. And the pass is easily intercepted by Thomas. Knocked away though. Great hands by Katie Lou Samuelson, trailing on the transition D, and Thomas unaware she was there. Surely a step too far now. The energy levels just aren't there from Praha. Final minute of the game. They trail by 12, and Avenida are on their way to third place. The black hammers Carly Samuelson to the floor. Bruised and battered Carly Samuelson's going to be after this weekend. She's got a bruise on her cheek. She's now probably got a bruise on her hip or a lower back. All war wounds. Putting it all on the floor though. Four seconds to play. Samuelson at the free throw line. Characteristically misses the first. She's a 95% free throw shooter, Carly Samuelson. Hits the second. Avenida's lead now at 13. Just 4 points in the game for Samuelson. That free throw and a triple here in the third quarter. Jones inside. Just muscles away to the bucket. Timeout's going to be called. No, in fact, it's just a substitution we're going to see. 44 seconds left to play. Katie Lou Samuelson brings it up over the half, and no pressure from Praha. So this is Avenida on their way to a third place. Foul's going to be called on O'Black. Will send Avenida to the free throw line. Then Katie Lou Samuelson to the free throw line. So Dominguez. Avenida now on their way to their third place. Go alongside the second place that they picked up last year in the Final Four of EuroLeague Women. Just a consolation. Both of these teams wanted to be in the final, which will take place later today. Couldn't quite make it as Carly Samuelson heads to the bench and Valaro comes back in for the last 33 seconds. 13-point lead now for Avenida. Black, long two, is good. Brings the lead to 11. Lou Samuelson brings it up over the half. Going to be fouled. 21 seconds still to play. Vorachkova not willing to let it go. He's going to fight to the final buzzer. This is Avenida making their way to a third place finish. As I said, one down from where they were last year, and frustrations I'm sure for both these teams. They wanted to be in the big game later today. They were beaten by Sopron and Fenerbahce, respectively. The long pass to Brianna Jones. She can't get the score, though. I think we'll see them run the game clock out now, as Avenida will pick up third place here in the EuroLeague Women Final Four 2022. A tough game, a hard game physically for both these teams. Coach Hejkova shakes hands. You can see the disappointment and the frustration on her face. But she really has given everything for this team. Praha have given everything they could, but it's Coach of the Year, Coach Iniguez, who's led his team to a third place finish here in Istanbul. What a game. A very physical battle from the opening tip all the way to the final buzzer. Neither team backing down. Both teams giving everything that they got left to come away with the third place medals. Final score here in Istanbul is Avenida 71, Praha 59. Plenty of smiles on the faces of the Avenida team. Even the hobbling Kalia Copper is smiling. He'll deal with the injury tomorrow. She hops to the huddle in the middle of the floor. She's certainly not going to miss out on this. She's put a shift in as well to help get them the win. The Praha fans in the arena get some mementos, show some appreciation to their team. They truly have put everything onto the floor. Just a 6-player rotation today for Praha due to injury, and they have given everything they've got. But it wasn't enough as the reigning Spanish champions Avenida walk away with 3rd place here in the Final Four. There'll be some on-court presentations being made shortly while we wait and look back at some of the big performances for our winners. It's across the board, a real team effort. 9 of the 11 registering on the scoreboard. Katie Lou Samuelson leading the way though, 25 points and 4 rebounds from her, 4 from 6 from outside. Only other player in double digits was Ameze Hoff. She has 10 points and 5 rebounds. As I said, 9 players getting on the scorebook in a low-scoring game here in Istanbul. As for Praha, 2 players leading the way, really. Breonna Jones, the benchmark for her double-double, 26 points, 11 rebounds, alongside a steal and assist as well. Only other player for them in double digits was Vorachkova. She had 14 points and 7 rebounds. And an honourable mention to Alyssa Thomas, 7 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists and 3 steals. But presentation time will come up as both Praha and Avenida will receive their awards. Here is our Arch of Honour as Praha will come out and Avenida will pay their respects and show their appreciation to Praha for the battle that they've given them here in this 3rd place playoff. Presentation party coming to the floor to present the 4th place awards to Praha. And as much as this isn't what they wanted, they certainly didn't want to pick up the 4th place awards. This really is more than this weekend. Praha have put in so much effort this season to get to this Final Four. It's truly impressive. 10-4 regular season record led by their captain, Taya O'Black. He had a huge game in the semi-final, 22 points, 7 assists against Fenerbahce, as we see the rest of the players now coming out to receive their awards. Expect to see that player many, many times here at the Final Fours, Vorachkova. What a player she is developing into, phenomenal. And Tova, we didn't see her in the Final Fours. We did see Breonna Jones. He had 21 and 7 against Fenerbahce. She had 26 and 11 here today. And here's Coach Heshkova and her coaching team. Coming out through the tunnel of honour. You can see the disappointment on her face. Wonder if she'd have access to a full roster, how these Final Fours might have looked different for her and for Praha. They make their way to the centre court to receive the appreciation from the crowd here in the arena, and rightfully so. That is a team of warriors. They have put everything on the floor, not just here this weekend, but across 14 regular season games, across the quarterfinals, across this Final Four. That team have a lot to keep their heads held high about, because they have entertained and put on some wonderful performances this season, and I'm sure we will see them back bigger and better next season, and you wouldn't bet against seeing them in the Final Four again next season. Praha are a real powerhouse of European basketball, and one that I personally, as a neutral, appreciate their style of play. They come with real heart and hustle, as we now see the team from Avenida coming out, being led by Kalia Copper, EuroLeague Women MVP. voted to the first team as well. What a season she's had, as they'll come out and collect their bronze medals. Had a big game against Sopron in the semi-finals, 23.6 rebounds, game high of 34 points against Yekaterinburg in game 7. You see them trail out Rodriguez and Cazorla and Dominguez and Velaro. Now comes Hoff as well. The thing you have with Avenida, they truly are a team. The way they play basketball, the way they've got to where they have, is through a team mentality. Every single one of them contributing. Dominguez, the captain, receives her medal. It's about getting it over the hair. Mallory there in the background getting her medal. Ilu Samuelson. Azula steps up, and then finally Carly Samuelson receives hers as Coach of the Year in EuroLeague Women. Coach Iniguez receives his as well. Not the colour of medal that Avenida wanted. There's no arguing about that. There'll be disappointment in the back of their minds, but they can be proud of the season they've put in. They've had a big year. They've put some big performances in. And there is no disrespect to picking up your bronze medal, as Coach Iniguez demands that his entire coaching staff, medical team and everyone comes to the floor as they celebrate the third place finish for Avenida. A wonderful effort from a wonderful organisation. I'm sure there's plenty of proud fans back in Salamanca right now who've enjoyed today's game, seen their team battle their way to a third place finish, and they'll welcome them back with open arms when they make their journey home. Again, for Avenida, this is just a stepping stone. They'll be back bigger and better again next season, no doubt. And you wouldn't be surprised if you see them in the Final Four again next year as well. But what a game these two teams have given us. A phenomenal performance from both teams. Truly wonderful Final Four. A wonderful entire season of EuroLeague Women's Basketball from both of these teams. Here's some of the highlights from our third place game here today. And it really was a tough battle from the opening tip all the way through to the final buzzer. Neither team stepping back from any challenge, and there were battles all over the floor, to be fair. Delia Copper obviously leading the way, as you would expect for Avenida. So many times today she had a quiet day, just 6 points. It was Katie Lou Samuelson who you saw hitting her opening three there that was their offensive powerhouse today. 25 points for her. And Brianna Jones at the other end of the floor tried to do what she could for Praha. She ended up with 26 points and 11 rebounds. But what a game. A strong start by Praha. They led by 7 at the end of the first quarter. They had a big lead of 13 at one point early in that second quarter. But onwards from there, Avenida looked to fight their way back into the game. And it really was the third quarter that broke Praha's spirits. Avenida outscoring them 22-9 in that one. That's tough to come back from against a team like Avenida as well. Not going to give you too many opportunities to fight your way back into it. But a great game here in this third place playoff. Minds will start moving towards the final now, which will take place very shortly, in a little over an hour's time. We will see the final. Sopron will take on Fenerbahce. I have a feeling that there is going to be over 6,000 fans in the stands, and the noise is going to be near unbearable at times. Fenerbahce are roared on by their home fans. For these two teams, that's the end of the road. That's the end of their EuroLeague Women's season. Avenida walking away with the bronze medals. Third place for them. Praha scooping up fourth place. Not what either team wanted, but certainly an achievement to hold your head high from. Do wonder for Praha if they'd had deeper rotation, not the injury issues that they clearly have. How the game may have been different, how the Final Fours may have been different for them, but playing with 7 players in the semi-final and just 6 players really in the third place playoff is a testament to those players that played and how hard they battled and how much heart they have to give for that team. This place is not what they wanted, but the performance was impressive. It was physical. We saw there from Thomas not giving Katie Lou Samuelson any space whatsoever. But Avenida, they lent on their strength in depth, and that's what's given them their third place win here today. Both these teams probably already looking back at where things went right, where things went wrong, and they'll look to rebuild bigger and better than ever before. Final score here from the EuroLeague Women Final for third place playoff is Avenida 71, Praha 59.